Hi everyone, welcome to Craft Addict K. I'm Carla and Sam is at a sleepover. Today is January 14th. We made it through Friday the 13th and this is a channel about cross stitch and what I've been up to and planning. So I wanted to first share with you Happy New Year's. Welcome to all of our new subscribers that have joined us on this journey, and I want to say thank you for everybody that stuck it out and continues to follow us and watch our videos. I know that this was well overdue by 2 weeks, because usually I do a monthly update, and it has been a very busy month between Whip Warriors Facebook group, doing the road trip and getting that off and running, and all of the events going on there. I'm trying to keep up with my own stitching, so I have been very delayed in getting this out. So today you may hear my husband. He's on the other side of the door talking to the dogs. But today we're going to try and go through what I did in December. I have some hauls. Some hauls probably been put away already. We do have a giveaway winner to announce that left a comment on November's wrap-up video, so I will announce that. I already did the drawing and let you know how my year went and what my next year has in store for me. So let's start with our giveaway winner, which I was giving away this cross stitch key from It's So Emma, and this is the key. And there was no specific word, it was just leave a comment. And I did take a screenshot of who our winner was so I could show you, because I just did it. I am not good with doing this live on camera because YouTube. So Colleen York, you are our winner. You just found me on YouTube, so welcome. And it says that you love my stitching plans for 2023. I'd love it if I can keep up with it. You don't have a lot of whips yet, but if you stick around, you will. So Colleen, I just need you to send me your mailing address, and I will get this out in the mail to you as soon as possible. And that would be that. So let's talk about, if I'm all over the place, I apologize, but let's talk about, I'm trying to keep the circle light off the reflection of my glasses. Total stitches for the month of December. I had 18,354 total stitches for the month of December. My yearly total, and I'm pulling that up. Actually, I can look here. My yearly total was 191,370. I think my highest year so far since I started tracking was 197,000, and my goal this year is to hit 200,000. So I have lofty goals. The last day that I did not stitch, just to give you an idea, when people say, how do you get those numbers? The last day that I did not stitch was August 11th. And how do I know this? Because I keep this in my, boy is that glared, I keep this in my happy planner, and it has the months across the top, and down the side is 1 to 31 for the days. And at the end of my day of stitching, I write down my total stitches for the day. So I went back and looked and saw when the last day I had a 0 was, and that happens to be August 11th was my last 0 stitch count day. So this gives me, at the end of the month, I total up each of the months. I do have it electronically, so it does some of this stuff actually for me, but I do like to keep a written copy by my stitchy spot. So there's a little glimpse into Carla's tracking mind. I'm going to go through whips in no particular order because I really don't even know what order I have them in. So one of the ones that I am going to show you is Newcastle Bouquet. It's Teresa Kogut, and Newcastle Bouquet for the month of December, I did 2,388 stitches. So let me put it, my goal for the year for 2023 was to do 2,300 stitches on each whip that I have, or finish. If it finishes before that, great. But my goal is to do 2,300 stitches on each whip. I developed my goals in November, so decided to start them in December. However, I'm redoing them again in January. So Karen, relax, I got you. All right. So with that being said, there is way more stitches in this than what I have quoted you. I did the 2,388 stitches in December, so I met the goal. However, it is also, I am in a lot of challenge groups. If you didn't know, I belong to Daily 30, which is a closed group currently. Periodically they do open, but the only way to get into the group is if you know someone in the group and they invite you. We have a yearly event, and you pick 4 whips without knowing what the yearly event is. And this is one of the 4 because I wanted to make progress on it. And so I get to travel the Olympics with, this is one of my whips. So it does have more than that when I show it to you, but I'm just going to show it to you so you can see where I'm at, right? So this is Newcastle Bouquet by Teresa Kogut. It is on a 36 count fabric, and I believe it's on color and cotton. And I do have that written down somewhere, but I don't have it here handy with me. So I don't have it handy, but it is on color and cotton, 36 count. I had worked on the bird and this part in December and finished this in December, the flower and the bird. And then in January so far, because this is the 14th of January, I spanned out and got over to the side border. You can see the letter V, the flower there. And I'm using this for as many prompts as I can get until I reach that goal. So, and I needed 200 stitches in red for a group I was in, so I was trying to get there. And I needed 200 stitches in green, so I did some of the leaves. So I'm trying to utilize it to meet prompts for challenges. So that is Newcastle Bouquet by Teresa Kogut. You will see that frequently. The next whip I have, and I'm looking over here, is Phantom of the Opera. Phantom of the Opera is in my Garon toten bag. It's on an easy count, easy grid fabric. And for this one, and I will try and insert pictures if I remember. I will try and insert pictures. You may not get pictures this time because I am planning on doing a whip parade in February, because that's, you know, when I love my whips the most. No, I'm going to try and do a whip parade, so I'll have beginning of year and end of year pictures. So, Phantom of the Opera, I did 600 and, let me get a board or something back here. 650 stitches. And to tell you where I was, it's all up here. Boy, is that glaring. It's all up here in this upper corner. It's a lot of Kreinik, and you can see I started down the chandelier. But my goal this year is to get this work down. So it's not a big piece. It's by Amy Stewart, Heaven and Earth Designs. I am doing this one full cross over one on 25 count easy grid fabric. I do like stitching on it, so. And I did have a mishap, just so you know. I dropped my scissors, so I fixed and did a repair job here. It's in behind this bobbies, you can't really see it. But that's why I stitched around there to make sure that everything was going to be good, and it is. So I can continue on with the project. And I think that's part of the piano down there. So, Phantom of the Opera. There you go. And that has tied into a couple of my prompts. And when I say Kreinik, I'm actually using Petite Treasure Braid. Oh, the light is not going to be my friend today. Petite Treasure Braid. So I decided to set you up in my cross stitch where I sit and do most of my cross stitch instead of where I'm usually at, because I thought this would be a little bit easier with all the whips, but maybe not. We have this wonderful bag. Was a gift I think I've shown this in the past. This came from, yep, Michelle, I believe, and she is in the round robin that we are doing, and this is Haunted Mansion. Haunted Mansion is a tiny modernist design. This is what it looks like. We are doing a round robin with this, so we had to have the framework and the moon, and then we will send it off. There's 9 of us, so there's 6 rooms, and then 3 people will split the outside parts and do the trees and stuff on the outside. So this is where I have gotten to. I've done a lot of work on this Haunted Mansion. Let's see. I had 6,403 stitches, and I still have lots of fabric. This is done on Paris. It is a 18 count Ada by Grace Notes Fabrics, and it's stitched 2/1 because it is an Ada. The moon, I really like the moon. The moon I did with a floss from Farmhouse Flossies called Pumpkin, and this is not doing it justice because the light's washing everything out, but you can kind of see the variegation there in the moon, and my little ghost, some bats. I did the tombstones, so what I'm going to ask my group to do is if they do the room, to stitch their initials into the spider web, and if they do the outside, I'm going to ask them to put their initials or their name on one of the tombstones that is outside. And then I think what I'll do is on the stairs, when I get it all back, I'll backstitch Haunted Mansion, and I'll put the year in. So then it'll have everybody's names and stuff. But look I still have a lot of, I mean, there's a little bit more that's probably going to bring it down to here, but there's still plenty of fabric. So if you're, and I know we had a winner on my November that got hers, and she is stitching with me, and she's from the United Kingdom. So I'm anxious to see how she's doing with hers. So this will be traveling soon. So you will see other people's as I get them, but you won't see mine probably again until it's actually done. So we're sending that with the floss along to the next person to stitch on it. And we're starting that in February, so I should probably get it ready to mail out soon. So I should probably set that someplace where I will remember that I need to mail that out soon. Okay. Sorry, I keep reaching down into the bag. What do we got here? This is Early American. I did 3,470 stitches on this one. It is a whole series. I took it out because I was going to show it my whip parade, so I took it off of the scroll rods I had it on so I could show you where I'm at so far. So this is Little House Needleworks, their Early American series, and I am doing mine in Valdani threads conversion that was provided to me. I'm not going to provide you with the conversion because it's not mine to provide, but you can see I finished John Hancock, Betsy Ross, Paul Revere got finished this month, Martha Washington, and I believe Molly Pitcher is done. So I believe she is done. So I think we're ready to move on to the next one that's coming up. So there's 8, I believe, in there. So I'm a little over halfway, not quite done. I believe there's 8. I'm on number 6. All right. And one of the things I plan to do with this, let me see if I can get it up here closer so you can see. So one of the things I plan to do with this, I'll show you, because I got my patterns here, is the very bottom. So there's 9, because at the point, I don't want to show you the pattern, but at the point is I'm going to put the freedom down at the very bottom. So it'll have 4 on each side going down, and then this will be split between the bottom to kind of bring it to a close. So, yeah. And I made color changes. Like I said, it's the conversion from the shop where I purchased it at, and it's their conversion. I'm not a big fan of Aldani threads, but I am liking how this is turning out. So that would be Little House Needleworks Early American Series. And once I do my whip braid, this may go back on the scroll rods. The other one I worked on was Trick or Treat by Randall Spangler. This is another Heaven and Earth design, and I did 2,300 stitches on this. I'm using the Royal Row method. It is on 25 count easy grid, and I am doing it 1 cross over 1. You can see I was over here, and then I decided that I needed to just start this Royal Row and get out of these trees at some point. So I started working my way across. When it's finished, this is the Max Color version. You can see it's got a ways to go. I'm just at the very top. I knew a lot of people were stitching on this. I think Kim Hollenbeck, by the way, back. She had a video recently. I just caught up with her. She's working on this. She did this as a extreme cross country where she did all of her black stitches, and now she's working back through to fill in with the colors. And she's down at the bottom working her way up, adding colors back in. By the way, this is in a new bag that I had made for myself. And here's the fabric. I purchased the fabric and gave it to my friend Tiffany Robich at Black Cat X Stitchery. I'm pointing out the X Stitchery. I will put her information down below. If you're interested, she is on Instagram. She's also has an Etsy shop that's Black Cat X, the letter X, Stitchery. So you can check her out. And she made me quite a few bags, actually. I won't share them all with you today. Some of them are prizes for my some of the challenges that I'm doing with the peoples, and some of them will be prizes for our group here. Oh, let's see. Here is, look, I'm just snagging. This is Craft Room Sal, and it is by Paddock Lane Designs, and it is a mystery Sal, so there's not much to show you, but it's kind of, think of it in the framework of the temperature bookshelf, only this one is I'm tracking stitches each day. Karen had a great idea. We were talking on Zoom, and she said if she was going to do this, she would probably use the thread of the predominant color of whatever she stitched on that day to make it more of a memory type piece. I thought that was a fantastic idea. This is on a piece of Grace Notes fabric, and it's over 2, and I don't know what count it is to be 100% sure. I think it's 28, but I'm not 100% sure. And this is where I'm at so far. So it's dyed for this to be kind of at the floor level. There's a rug down here that's been released. I haven't started yet. I haven't finished the framework yet. I figured as I'm stitching on it and I'm working on the different elements, because there are only like maybe 10-20 stitches, they're not a lot of stitches, that I will start incorporating, you know, the brown thread, or if I have a prompt, which I do currently, that is asking for 200 stitches in brown thread, I can come back and work more on this piece. So not a lot to look at yet, but this is Paddock Lane Designs Craft Room Sal. Check them out. Hashtag Craft Room Sal, I believe, is her hashtag, and it is 28 count Lugana, and it's called Craft Room. So, and that's from Grace Notes Fabrics. And I don't have a picture to show you because it is a mystery, Sal. So I don't want to give you the pattern. Bear with me. I don't have my helpers today to, you know, keep me doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And this is wrapped up in a Garon wrap because I knew I was going to be working on it. And I left it on the scroll rod because, again, I know I'm going to be working on that one quite frequently. I had a new start. Did I tell you I had a new start? I had a new start. I had a couple new starts, actually. See if I can find the other one. Okay, well this one isn't a new start, but I'm going to show you anyway. We did a round robin this year. There was like 8 of us that were doing Dreaming of Sal is what we called it. And it was all the Rosewood Manor flowers, Dreaming of. And the person that I got has Dreaming of Irises. So I managed to put, and we each heard to put a motif. This is what it is so far. Isn't that pretty on this fabric? This is Grace Notes Fabrics. I definitely know that. And the motif that I did is, which one did I do? Oh, I did this one. I did that one right there. So there's my initials, and I did this purple one down here. So it'll go mail off to the next person, and they will pick their motif. Now in this round robin, because we all picked different flowers of Dreaming of, then what happens is we have to send the pattern with it. So, and if you've not done this before or you're interested in it, what you do is this is the pattern. Some people made a working copy because they didn't want to send their pattern. They just put their floss, everything they needed into a bag so it would ship. See, I mean, tons of floss. I'll never use all that floss. And extra floss she put in there. Look, I don't know what she was planning on, but it's all there. And then whenever she gets it back, she'll have a memory piece with all of her friends that have initials on it. And it's time for this one to go off to the next person. So I'm going to send this out. Put this in my, you need to mail that out, Carla, because I believe Crystal Rowe is going to be looking for that soon, if not already. And another new start. So my new start, I am going to Steel City Stitchers retreat at the end of March. It's in Pittsburgh. So if you haven't heard about it, just letting you know that's where I'm going to be. So early March, I'm going to the Western PA, Eastern Ohio weekend stitching. It's at a hotel conference room, very low key in Ohio, northeastern Ohio, I would say. If you're interested, check out their Facebook. They do have a waiting list right now. It's about 30 people. They limit it to 30 people to keep it kind of small and more intimate. We also have the Steel City Stitchers Retreat. I can't remember how many people are going to that, but that is actually in Pittsburgh near the airport. And I know that they were starting to send out people that were on the waiting list. They were starting to send invoices, so you might want to check them out. That is at the end of March. And they gave us an exclusive pattern. The pattern is from the Frosted Pumpkin, and it's called Pittsburgh Pals, and this is specific to those of us that are on the retreat. This is my working copy. This is not an empanada. This is a pierogi, Jamie and Karen, and pickles. So if you look up Pittsburgh, we have pierogi races at our Pirates games. And apparently the pickle is a thing because we have a pickle festival in the summertime. So, and they shut down roads for all these different kinds of pickles. It's like a whole thing. So I decided, well, if, you know, when in Pittsburgh, when in Rome. So the idea is to have this finished before that retreat because they do a finishing while you're there as part of the retreat. So I was trying to see if I had a very small piece because I really don't know what I will do with this. And so here's my small piece. I mathed it, remathed it, double mathed it. I am so sorry this is washing out. I'm going to have to fix the lighting situation for sure. So I have the pierogi up here started, and then I started questioning if I was going to have room. So I came down here to start doing the pink kind of pencil looking thing that goes across the bottom. Then I just had the yellow border. So I think it'll fit. And if I'm finishing it myself, I don't need a lot of space. I don't know that I'm going to do beads for the pickles, but it's like a blue scrap fabric that I had. I throw nothing away. So we'll see how that turns out, right? It looks to me like it's a 32 count. I am doing it 2/2. It could be a 28, but I don't know. I'm thinking it looks like a 32. We'll find out. So we need to leave this one out because I need to do some work on that. Okay. My other new start is Christmas window. Let me see if I can. This is still on my scroll rods. Christmas window is a Sarah Germani pattern. It's on Etsy. A bunch of us about middle of the year decided on Zoom. That Zoom will get you. If you don't Zoom, you should give it a try. There's a lot of enablers there, but you find out about all kinds of things. So it is. Let's see if I can get the picture out here. Christmas window number 5. This is my copy. It's kind of got some carolers. You can see a village in the window, kind of a window frame. Not a very good picture, but I did on this one 1,588 stitches, and it is on a new dyer for me called Volcano Stitching. So she has a Facebook group. If you're interested, check her out. She's got all kinds of different sizes and color dyes, and I'm very impressed so far. This is a 28 count even weave opalescent, and I just recently got it. She does not name her fabrics, but there was a number, 5923. I don't know if that number means anything or if that's just her inventory number. I don't know. Her fabric is on her group. It's on the albums, and she does do sales periodically. So lots of space to do lots of things still. You can see I have started this. There's snow. I've started the village. This is the other side of the window. Then I will scroll down and do the bottom half. I still have all of this, but I didn't want to cut myself short because you never know. So usually on scroll rods, I give myself a 2-inch border because you don't need a whole lot. I have gone down to 1.5 inches. I just don't like to unless I really absolutely have to. So 2 inches. If I'm on a Q-snap, it's usually a 3-inch border. So this is a roller frame scroll rods, and I think this one is 22-inch roller frame scroll rods. The fabric is 28 count even weave opalescent, and I don't know, it looks like an evening sky to me, wintry sky. You can kind of see the glitter there, right? I don't know, I'm kind of liking how it's turning out, so I'm excited to pull it out again. So this was a sal that we decided we were going to do. And we all have different patterns of hers. So this will come back out. So if you watched my November, you'll know that my plan was I made a list of all of my whips. I have 72 when I started the year. I had 80 last year. So when I started this year, I had 72 whips in the works. And I sorted them by oldest to newest. So the oldest were at the top of the list, and I'm essentially working my way down the list, doing 2,300 stitches in each of those whips. Every time I finish or complete 12 goals, I'm rewarding myself with a new start or something, maybe something. So that's my incentive to stick to the plan. You know, stick to the plan, Stan, right? So those are all of my whips for December. So let's talk haul, right? Okay. I have a lot of haul, and don't judge. It was Christmas. I felt like I needed it and I wanted it, so I got it. All right. So we're just going to start off with, and some of these things are prizes for other people or gifts that I pulled for other people. or things like this that I ordered and I forgot I ordered. So I'm on an auto ship with a stitching shop. It's out of Colorado, and it's one of the shops that we visited when we were doing the road trip last year. And I put myself on an auto ship for Luminous Fiber Arts. She's got all of these cute pillows, gathering snowflakes. This one is gathering berries. I haven't stitched any of them, but I want to, and they're great little smalls. You know, one color. If you like them monochromatic, you can make it your own colors, whatever you want. You can do it with buttons, without buttons. And I just think this is Misty Purcell, and you know, it's 76 by 76. It's not a huge piece, but I like this series. For whatever reason, it calls to me. So while it's calling, I picked it up. So that came as a, hey, guess what? Surprise. Wasn't expecting, but that's okay, right? What I was expecting is a package from Cat X Stitchery, because I watched their channel, and in the process of watching their channel, I got enabled. So part of my enablement, I'm not going to show you this one because this is a gift for somebody that watches my videos. So I can't show you, but it is cute as can be. So I'll leave that alone. Art to Heart, ho ho ho. I picked this up. Gary finished this. He showed it fully finished and framed on the video recently, and I stopped and went right to the shop and found it and had to purchase it. Comes with the buttons. The other one that he was working on and I've been seeing pop up is Twin Peak Primitives, A Patriotic Christmas Eve. And oh, I like the patriotic stuff, and I was really feeling Christmas. So it says Santa Claus is coming, or Santa is coming to town along the bottom. It's got Mrs. Claus stitching on the flag. I mean, how can you go wrong? So, yep, that made it into my stash. Sorry, no, not sorry at all. Very, very happy to have it as part of the herd, we'll say. And sorry, I'm not going to show you the other one because it is a gift and she watches my channel. What else do I have in here? Oh, the other thing I picked up is, you know how I am, scissor fobs. I have scissor fobs for each season. But I didn't have anything for like the 4th of July. And so every month I change up my scissor fob as I collect these. And this fob I picked up, it's Jen Upton. Let me get that card out. Absolutely fabulous. She does have a Facebook group, but I purchased this off the Cat X site. She has some there on Cat X Stitchery. So in it, that is absolutely fabulous. And let's see if I can. Hers has a lot of buttons, and it's very, there's a flip-flop on the bottom, very patriotic, red, white, and blue. And I will put this on my scissors when it comes that time. When it comes to the 4th of July, it'll be on my scissors that month. It just decorates. I tend to use the same scissors, maybe 1 or 2 pairs that are definitely, to me, sharper than the others. My niece was here and she saw my fob collection and said, "What is all those for?" And I said, "That's so that I have something for Halloween and Christmas and New Year's." And oh, I did not show you. I had a fully finish. So actually, I had 3 fully finishes in December. So the first one, I'll pop in a picture here. Actually, the first 2, because I gave them away as Christmas gifts to Rachel and Samantha. They each got one. It's an ornament for their tree. And I fully finished it and gave it to them for their Christmas present. So I'll insert that picture here. The other finish that I have, I have this fabric on the back. This is like some kind of ribbon that I picked up at Michael's. It came in a set of all kinds of various ribbons. And here's the front. Happy hunting. And I made it into a pillow, just a kind of little throw pillow. This pattern was actually gifted to me in a past the stash. She asked, was showing some things that she wanted to get rid of on Zoom, and I said, sure, I'd stitch that. And she sent it to me. I stitched it, none of the colors that it called for, which is fine. And this is on a piece of Paddock Lane Designs called Ocean Glass. I do remember that. And I like how it turned out. I think it's cute. I think it's cute. And the fabric, just something I picked up at Joann's. And I thought, I love it. So, there is that. So it can go up here with my scarecrow. You can't see it, but I know it's there. Here. There you go. Now it's there. Stretch. Need a drink of coffee. Coffee cup I got for Christmas from one of my co-managers. That coffee's starting to get cold. Okay. All right. Remember I said Tiffany from Cat X Stitchery, I gave her some fabric. So this was back, it's been a little bit. And I said, make as many bags as you can. Well, she did. I'm going to show you some of them. I'm not going to show you all of them because, again, some of them are gifts and prizes. So here's one that she made. You can see her card is in there, Cat X Stitchery. This is the fabric on the back. These are all Nightmare Before Christmas. I had all kinds, found fabric. I couldn't decide which ones I liked the best. So, if you can't decide, get them all, right? And this one is Love You to Death, and it's got Jack and Sally. Just really, really like it. Okay, so, and then I showed you the other one. Here we go. This is like the one I had. This will be seen again at some point because this will go into our 2,000 subscriber giveaway. Whenever we reach 2,000 subscribers, I am going to, I'm starting to put some items together to do a mass giveaway. And I'm also working on some prizes for our road trip. So if any of you are following me and you're in the road trip, you may see something coming up in the road trip that you'll be able to try your luck at. So those are some of the ones I got from her. Sorry, I'm itchy nose. I have Barefoot Needle Arts. They have a fabric of the quarter. So if you're not looking to do a fabric of the month, that's not your thing, and you may be interested in fabric of the quarter, this is something a little bit more cost effective. And this is from Barefoot Needle Arts. They are in South Carolina. This is a shop that we visited on our trip around the United States. I ordered for mine 28 count. I'm getting a half yard piece. This is called Primitive Pink, Lugana, and it is from Barefoot Needle Arts. You can see their card. There you go. And I'm going to hold the fabric back here because I think my light is washing stuff out. So there you go. Nice, nice pink. Good piece. I can do a lot with this. You can see the pinks and purples. So I'm definitely excited to do some stitching on this one. And, you know, I'm going to have to put some of this stuff away because I have not been putting stuff away and it needs to get put away. 30 or 40 minutes in and we're still doing haul. This came from Volcano Stitching. I was on her website. Again, no judging. There's no judging here. You do you, boo. That's what I say. This is a 36 count linen. Number 6216. Look at that. Oh, just so excited. I like these bright colors and you know, all the variegation in different colors. I don't know what I'm putting on this. And that's the thing. I'll buy fabric and I don't know what I'm putting on it, but the fabric talks to me. I will find something on it. This is a 32 count linen, number 6366. Look at this. Look at that. Oh, like I said, I don't know. I don't always go for linen. I'm more of a Lugana and even weave, but it was such an unusual color. I knew I had to have it. I don't know what I'm putting on it, but I knew I had to have it. So I'm going to be putting some of the stuff needs to be put away. And then we have from Volcano Stitching. This is a 32 count opalescent, 6374. I'm going to try and put her Volcano Stitching. Again, this is a Facebook. Look at, oh, isn't that pretty? I just think that's so pretty. This would be really good with a one of the mermaids on it. You know what I mean? Autumn Lane Stitchery probably has something that would look really good on this in their design. So there's Volcano Stitchery. So yep, those are all linens. Again, something I don't usually do. I'm kind of trying to I'm enticing myself to put it away. If I don't put it back in the bag it came in, maybe that'll be, I will do something more with it. Okay. We did do a giveaway in our end of the year giveaway in the Whip Warriors for 2022. And one of the recipients was kind enough that she said, you know, I'm not going to stitch that, Carly. You can have it. I was kind enough to swap her and I sent her a project bag. So we kind of worked that out as a swap. She didn't know she was getting a project bag till it showed up, and I'm so glad that she was surprised by it. So, and I was so glad that when she gave this to me, so I have to figure out how I'm going to start all of these. So these are Little Stitch Girl, and it was a set that she had won that she passed to me. This is Blossom House, Frost House, Harvest House, and Sunshine House. So I'm going to stitch these. I just don't know when I'm going to stitch these, but they are definitely going in the target for probably, if not this year, I will get them started for next year. And I think I like the idea of a flat fold too. All right. I know I'm pulling a lot of haul. It was December. Okay. This is something I picked up, I think at Michael's. It was like on sale. I think it cost me $1. And I thought, look at, it's going to be for finishing. I'm going to finish something on it. It only takes, you know, I probably put a magnet on there. Maybe I'll do 3 little pieces to put on it. But I don't know. I was like, I could do something with that. So it came home with me. I think it was $1. Might not even been that. It might have been 50 cents. But I decided I could do something with it, so it came home with me. If you sent Christmas cards, I did get Christmas cards from some of you. I want to thank everybody that did send Christmas cards. I just had some of them I had put out. And then whenever we take down for Christmas, I put them together into a drawer because sometimes they get repurposed into floss drops. So, and I like to pull them out and look at them. I've got Christmas cards from like 5 years ago. And I pull them out because it's nice. That's what I'm going to say. It's nice. I did not go over my Grace Knows Fabrics Fabric of the Month bag. So let's do that because, you know, we have to do that. Grace Notes is fabric dyer. She is on Eastern Pennsylvania. If you don't follow her, you should be. I have changed my fabric a couple of different times with her. Love her fabric. This one is called Raspberry Latte. It is a 28 count Jobelin. I asked for a fat half. I had switched to 28. I was doing 25 count for almost a year. Then I switched to 28 count. I got a couple of months of 28 count, and I think now I'm getting 36 count linen. I just try and bolster what I have. So This is a big piece. It's a fat half. A nice big neutral piece for a nice big project. You know I like those big projects. So I don't know what we're putting on it. The hardest part is the first cut. Once you get past the first cut, you're good, right? So, Raspberry Latte, Grace Notes Fabrics. That's 28 count. I also get their fabric of the month that is the color. And so the color for the month of December was Crescendo. Look at that. Oh. Look at that. Nice, big, pretty, beautiful pink, pink, pink. Love it. Crescendo. I like these things. My problem is the colors are so pretty. I struggle with what to put on them because I don't want to take away from the beautiful fabric. Crescendo is a 28 count Jobelin, and I just got that in a fat quarter, but I'm telling you. She does have a Facebook group, and she does post some of her fabrics there as a first Me Please gets it every now and then if you're a member of her group. She also has a website, Grace Notes Fabrics, so check her out and you won't be disappointed. I haven't been disappointed yet. Also, I am in her, because I'm in her fabric of the month, if there's patterns that I want, I can use, and she can get them for me, I can get them at a little bit of a discount. So I do try and go to her first. And I have been getting the Into the Wood series. I have not started it yet, but I do have the reindeer now to add to my collection. And this is, the Into the Wood series was one of the ones I wanted to start this year. So that will go into a start pile to get started this year as well. At least start the series. And I do their extra, well, I don't know what you call it, but anyways, it's like an extra mystery prize. You don't know really what it is. It's like it's guaranteed to be, I think, less than $10. It's been something different every time. This time they sent us a flexible magnetic board. And I did see somebody posted that this is perfect. They use this, they put this on their pattern or on their fabric with the magnets on the bottom side so that they use the board actually to highlight on their paper patterns. And they don't have to worry about it messing up their fabric. I thought that was a neat idea. Oh.
This is a reminder. Laundry.
Time to do my laundry. It'll
This is
stop.
a reminder. Laundry.
I might have cut that out. If I didn't, you got to hear my A person. I'll tell you. Tell me it's time for laundry. The other thing I got for the month of December was my farmhouse flossies. I had her keeping one aside of everything she dyed for me. And then whenever we meet up, I pay her, I get them all, and wow, all of them. So I'm just going to, like, I have since said I think I've got a good set to get started with about every color that she has. So I have since dropped from the keep me one for every month. She is on Facebook as Farmhouse Flossies and such. She does a lot of dyes. They sell out very quickly when she posts her dyes. You have to be quick, Johnny, on the spot with what you want. She does 10 yard and 50 yard and I think 100 yard hand-dyed cotton floss. What else can I tell you? I think that's about all I can tell you. Wonderful to stitch with. I try to incorporate these in multiple projects. I've used them on different projects along the way, and when I do use them, I do try to tell you where and when I've used them. So that is Farmhouse Flossies. Put those away. And last but not least, I was part of the Silks for You. I don't know that I would call it an advent calendar, but it kind of is. It's the 12 days of Christmas, so you get 12 wrapped individual packages that comes right, the month of Christmas, so that you can count down to the 12 days. Everybody has since opened theirs, so I don't know what day or what order I got them in, so I'm just going to share with you what I got. So they come in, like this one was wrapped up and it's in a little bag. Silks for You, 12 Days of Christmas. You will see a theme. Let me see. Where's that whiteboard at? You will see a theme. So there is those silks. There is a great big, sorry it was in a hank. I think this is a full hank. It is really very rich purple. Look at that. I have in my Amazon cart to get a winder so that I can make my silks into cake. I think they call them cake rolls. I'm just very worried if this comes loose, it's going to be a tangled, knotted up mess. So I'm really trying to do whatever I can to prevent that from happening. There's also these three, and they don't tell us the names. It just says 12 Days of Christmas. So I don't know what the names of them are. It is Silks for You, the number 4. Usually I want to say it's in March time frame. Maybe April. I think it's March. She'll come out with, you can put a deposit down to reserve your Christmas pouch, and then by October you need to have it paid for. It's not an exorbitant amount. I can't remember how much it even was. I think it was $10 to reserve, and then I think I had to pay, I don't even know. I don't even know. I should look that up. Somebody here's probably done it, and they probably know. I just don't pay attention to all that stuff. When I get the bill, I pay it. So I definitely know it's worth it, you silk lovers out there. So are you seeing a trend? Here's another. This is a half, I think this one's a half silk, half hank. I don't think this is a full hank. I think this is like a half. But look how rich those colors are. All silk. I'm putting into like these other bags that I have here because it's a little bit easier. Put them into those. I'll put them back in my paper bag. Then I have, I think this one's, look at that. Look how rich that color is. It truly is. It's like an orange. There you go. So pretty. So you're seeing a trend with all these very pretty silks. However, I showed you, did I show you this one? I can't, I thought I was putting them in the bag as I went, but I don't remember showing you these. So there's these 3. So are you keeping track of how many silks that came in this? A lot. We're just going to say there was a lot of silks in this. Why was there so many silks in this? I don't know. There was. And I'm not complaining. Silks for you. You're going to have silks. They also sent us these wonderful scissors. These are very similar to my most frequently used scissors. The difference is these ones have 2 little doves at the top. I think, yeah, there's some doves at the top. There's some birds here on the handles. If you want to see the name, now scissors. European classical scissors or stainless steel, sharp edge scissors. Can never have too many of those. She sent some, we got some ribbon that really matches those silk colors. So there's some dyed ribbon you can see variegated. The silk. Okay. There was 2 needle minders. I'm just gonna, good way to show you her card too. I can get it up here so that it doesn't glare. There's 2 needle minders, 2 flowers. Okay. And there was 2 patterns. So this is a garden biscornue, and it comes with all the buttons. And then the other pattern is called a garden mandala. And it also came with more silks so that you could do the garden mandala. I like that. I think that's really pretty. And I don't think they're very big. They don't look big. 53 by 53 is on here. This one's 81 by 81. So they're not huge. They're not big. Okay. I'm looking around. I think that is it. I couldn't show you. This is this month's because I did just get this month's Grace Notes Fabrics. So I can show you that for this month too while I'm at it. I won. She had a giveaway on her channel called Grace Notes Fabrics, and I won the Ink Circles Tiger Moth. We were supposed to start this together. I haven't reached my goals yet to start this, so this is probably going to be a next year start. I think she's already started hers, but I'm really pushing for progress. So unless I get one that's finished this year, I'm probably not going to start this until next year. Fabric of the month, I got 2 pieces. The first one is 36 count linen called Pensiera. I don't know where you guys come up with your names. It's definitely pink. It's not really showing well. I got a fat quarter. I'm trying to, yeah, it's definitely like a light pink. You can see purplish pink, very light. And the other piece is called Lady Gray, and it's a 36 count linen as well. Lady Gray. Look at me expanding my horizons. I really like how linen takes the dyes more so. But I'm not a big linen stitcher, so, you know, I'm torn back and forth. So this was for this month. So you can see them side by side. Stinking light. Gray, and you can see the pink hue. And if I throw in a white in here, so you can really see. There you go. Very tickled with that. Thank you very much, Corinne and the whole Grace Notes family, for all your hard work and efforts and dyeing and doing all the things and getting stuff out to all of us. Oh, the extra for the month was, I forgot, it's called a needle safe. It is magnetized needle safe, and when you open, it's from Yarnworks. And when you open it, it's got magnets. Both sides are magnet, and your needles go there. Keeps your needles safe. Very handy dandy when you're going away on a retreat, I can tell you that. So, that is everything. I think that's everything. If it's not, boy, I got a lot of stuff around me. I wanted to get through December because I do want to start to put together a whip parade for everyone, hopefully to release in February. I'm going to do so many each week just to show you. I have a lot of whips, 72 to be exact, and I have a lot of stitching I want to do. So there's that too. So look for us on my next video. When that will probably be mid-February. I have a lot of retreats coming up. There is March. There's 2 going on. We have one in August is Grace Notes Fabric. She still has openings. It's on the eastern side of Pennsylvania in Allentown. Check her out. They do have a retreat going on there. If you're close, I'm going. That's in August. I'm sure that there will be another Western PA, Eastern Ohio one going on, probably in the fall. We have the Steel City Stitchers. I have been doing some sit-in stitches in my local, I say my local, where I work at. They have graciously allowed us the use of our conference room, and so I've kept a small group of us have met up there. We just had one last week in January 7th on Saturday. Everybody got there at 9. The last of us left at midnight. It was great. We had a great time. Got a lot of stitches in. Those stitches you don't see yet because I will put those in my next update. I'm looking around just to see if I forgot anything, and I don't see anything blaring at me. I could show you, since I'm not going to do anything until next month. Mary Poppins, I can show you. So Mary Poppins is one that I've took with me on my sit and stitching day. Oh, and this bag came from Tiffany as well at Black Cat Stitchery, so that I could keep track of all my stuff. Keep it in the scroll rods. So it's got a drawstring closure. Love it. Love it. Okay, so I also got a Mary Poppins bag that was a gift. So I have my Mary Poppins pattern and flosses and everything in here. So Mary Poppins I'm doing on 32 count even weave by Fortnite Fabrics called Rick and Morty. The pattern itself came off of Etsy shop called with the little stitcher, and this is the pattern. And it says, open different doors you may find a you there that you never knew was yours. Anything can happen, it says along the bottom. I had a challenge with Down Under Divas to do 2,000 stitches. Down Under Divas is an Australian group on Facebook. To do 2,000 stitches in black. I met my 2,000 stitches, and I have been stitching. I started the year, I guess I should loosen that. I wasn't planning on showing you guys this yet. I started the year with just the word Mary on the top. And since I have, let me loosen this so I can loosen it. So I started with the word Mary. Now it says Mary Poppins, and we have down to the bottom of her jacket in some of the words. So working my way there, 2,000 in black. That's what that looks like. Always good to have projects, right? I loosen mine when I leave them on the scroll frames. And this is a 17-inch roller frame by Roller Frame. 17-inch roller frame. If anybody's interested in what I have it on. And I put it in that bag because this is another project that is on my travel yearly piece for Daily 30. So it has to come out every time for at least 100 stitches. So it's one of those ones that will be back out and played with frequently. So that's why it is in a bag like this. So it protects it, and I can travel with it, and there you have that. And I know exactly where it is. So, is there anything else? I don't think so. I think that's everything. And if I missed anything, I truly apologize. If you stuck with me this long, thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for looking at all the stuff and enjoying your time. Hopefully you got a lot of stitches in. If you're traveling and you're in my traveling road trip group, hopefully you are traveling while you're stitching and watching this and having a good time and meeting new people. And till next time, start what you want to start and stitch what you want to stitch. Bye, everybody.